Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here. Just a commentary on the tail end of yesterday's video. The card that I haven't golded with Stygian on this account is Offering Monument. I very rarely want to have that card in my deck. I know it can do degenerate things with infinite combos, but in an average run, I'm not usually gung-ho about taking that. Okay, anyway, in finishing off my crowns, I have to do some little fade runs, so we're going to play a Melting Hellhorned run to start things off today. I'm not super confident with my little fade skills, so hopefully I don't blow my current streak. Alright, Daedalus, Arcus, specifically Dazed Arcus, which is maybe annoying with little fade, and the Incant one, which is probably less annoying. So against the Spell Devour Seraph, we have Purifiers to worry about, and otherwise we just have like large enemies. Our starting deck is fine. I don't love that we have drafts though, because Little Fade is often at her best when she's the only thing that you can hit with Primitive Mold. So that you can keep bringing her back every turn very consistently with this, whereas when you have drafts, that's not the case anymore. Well, so this is how we're starting off, huh? My two children are dangling off a cliff and I have to pick one of them. Is it the nice, consistent child, or it's the child who sometimes is insanely good and other times is a butt? I am offered an early Hellhorned banner. I don't know. Remnant units are really good with Little Fade because of Harvest. How am I looking to win this run? How am I beating this Seraph? The easiest way would be like Endless on a Stealth Tomb, or repeatedly playing Stealth Tombs with stuff. I love Flicker's Liquor. It enables so many broken things. And makes pickups like Demon Fiends so much more reasonable early on, but then again, like, this also makes a Demon Fiend look pretty good. I'm gonna take Flicker's Liquor. I don't know if that's right. Alright, I'm super uncomfortable with playing Firelight-based strategies. And I'm very comfortable with playing Eternal Flame. Like, Eternal Flame just makes sense to me. You play Little Fade 2 or 3 times, have her die, then play her out as a backline unit. Like, that conceptually just makes a lot of sense to me. Whereas Firelight is kind of this continuously risky scenario that you put your units into, where they can get very large and very strong. But especially in early fights, if you can't consistently bring back Little Fade, it's too spooky. I think given that I have these drafts already that are going to dilute my pool in addition to the normal Train Stewards, I think going Firelight is risky, and I'm just going to go Eternal Flame. Yeah, so that was about 4 minutes of content before we actually started Fight 1. Hornbreak, good. Torch, bad. I take this trial. I really want a look at another unit. I'm going to take this. I think it costs me some Pyre health, but it's not going to be much Pyre health. Like probably between 4 and 8. Get wrecked, Little Fade. I think I just kill you turn 1 rather than play you top for Collector. I have torches and such to get Collector. But like, what a bad turn on hand. Yeah, there we go. How many times I try to kill Little Fade here is super interesting. Ideally, I could just kill Little Fade this turn, then play Little Fade on bottom behind a Train Steward next turn. That sounds pretty good to me. Let that die. And you can go live up there. Alright. That should pretty easily kill the boss, right? Yeah, it's like 150 damage, not counting anything like drafts. Yeah, if we get out of this fight for 4 fire damage, I'm basically ecstatic. Oh no! I forgot about you all. Uh-oh! Oh, that's very bad. Or is it? Just play Little Fade again next turn and everything's okay? Five, 5. This gets me another kill. I guess Modifier does the same thing though. Five. You're at 6. Yeah, so another block on bottom's really good. Well, I'll let this burn out so I can potentially reform it. Now, I just play another Train Steward here. Alright. Alright, that'll do. Not the way I was intending on winning the fight. That was on me for just not remembering how that wave went. Yeah, so this is one of my routes to victory, is endless stealth. I will absolutely be taking this here. Molded would be very good as well, but if we're just leaving drafts in the deck, then we can primitive mold back every turn. That already kind of accomplishes the same purpose. Vent is okay here, Hornbreak is okay here. Ooh, who's our first boss again? Spell Shield Daedalus, so... or Damage Shield Daedalus, so Hornbreak is a little better than normal. I still kind of want to Vent just as a sweeper, I don't really have access to that effect yet. I'm not excited about any of this. This is just like the wrong sort of units, and I'm not looking for a backliner, I'm looking for tanks. But probably not these tanks. I would prefer the ones that scale somehow. I'm not offered a Remnant Banner next floor unless I go to the Merchant of Magic, which is kind of questionable because I won't get upgrades on its health. That's awkward. Don't have any armor cards yet either for protection for whatever unit I would have. Sweet Boss is going to be very hard to beat. I don't really want to take a Lady of the Reformed though. This Lady that are formed is often not going to take the first hit. Fell will, or sorry, Little Fade will. I'm gonna skip this. Alright, that trial was a whiff. Alright, can I make enough use of the Merchant of Magic where it's really worth me going? Plus 10 on Vent and Hornbreak is fine. But this is not really a very good Merchant of Magic. I would be going to look specifically at this unit. The thing is, the Hellhorned tanks just aren't very good. So, like, let's logbook this. So, if we're looking at unit and we're looking at Hellhorned, at uncommon, the best tank that we have is, I guess, like Rail Beater or Steelworker, which is, like, very when you compare it to, like, Wickless Baron and Wickless Tycoon. Like, Wickless Baron is going to scale up and become very huge, and Wickless Tycoon gives you money that you can use to really improve your deck over the course of the run. And at rare, you also have, like, some very interesting things here. Whereas with Hellhorn, the rare units are much more situational. But this is a difficult point, because I can get a medium unit and upgrade it, and maybe duplicate it here if that's something that I want to do. Or I can hedge for the future. And then that basically forces me to go this way to improve that unit. I'm not super pleased with the situation that I'm in. I was really hoping to hit either one of the remnant units that I could either one of the harvest units so that I could upgrade them here. I can also just go left and look for Endless Stealth starting now. Alright. There they are! Steelworker is kind of like Harvest, right? Right? We'll take it. Giving it multi-strike is a very poor use of gold right now, because multi-strike on it is just the same as a 25 gold upgrade, since it only has 10 base power. Unless I pick up a Rage or something like that and I start putting it on Steelworker, it doesn't make a lot of sense to multi-strike that. Thanks. I think I'm going to re-roll and try to get some more HP on this to just make sure that I make it through initial fights okay. Yeah! Oh, that boss I said that was going to be hard. He's here. So the issue is that Little Fade is going to get exactly one hit on this boss. And this is kind of why I rolled for extra HP on this. I think I can get away with doing this. I'm going to need to get stronger. I'm very certain of that. But this would have been a great time to roll Vent on turn 1. Alright, so you're going to go here, and I guess you can die on this floor. I think this is fine. So this results in Little Fade dying. I don't get armor this turn. Alright, I found the vent, which is very good. That clears out either this floor or this floor, depending on what I think I need to be doing with my life. think I like clearing out this floor with it, even if that means I take a little bit of fire damage. This blocks 2 hits here. Made Hornbreak free. Does that kill you? No, I'm gonna vent for x equals 1 and wipe out everything that matters here. So let's save fire damage. Save fire damage. And then do the stuff that matters. Alright. Risk reward? How saucy do I get? I think not saucy. I think I just, well, maybe I let Little Fate die one more time. Then she can survive 2 hits. I just play her with all of my Ember next turn. Oh, no, 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 no. It'd be the following turn, right? She'll take 3 damage, attack, deal 55, kill this. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. What if you go like, yeah, 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 and like, yeah. Jerk. So that clears out this front unit here. Is there any downside to playing you here? Not really, because the dregs are super awkward as backliners. Wow. Maybe I underestimated our ability to kill the sweet boss. Another one? Or molded? Probably just another one. Seeing as we need to keep replaying Little Fade, I don't think we're a hidden passage deck. Given what data list we're facing, I think I will take another Hornbreak, just simplify the fight. It's also just like not a bad card later on. I can take a second Steelworker. Forever Flame would be a really good artifact hit. The thing that gives me gold when my units die would be a good hit. The Exiled Emblem would be a good hit. I'm maybe supposed to go right and look for a harvest unit, and if I miss, maybe super reluctantly pick up another Steelworker. Alright, I found a harvest unit. That's great. That's at least some degree of scaling, which I am going to desperately need. This is something that's a decent multi-strike target as well. Do this. If I take these Spike Driver colonies, they're very much going to make my Primitive Mold, Molten Encasement-based plan worse and less consistent. What about the Rail Spikes? Rail spikes are interesting if I discount a lot of my cards via Flicker's Liquor, kind of. It means that I can spend Ember on these more consistently. But I already have, like, 3 Horn Breaks. I don't know that this is, like, a definitive route to victory or anything. Like, I'm trying to beat the downside of this Seraph by just, like, largely not caring about my spells and trying to be unit focused by putting Endless on these. I think I'm just gonna leave. This is just, like, not a great duplication event for me. I'm not worried about winning this fight at all. Alright. We're setting up on the top. You can go here. You can get torched. You can kill Little Fade. Am I, like, not playing Train Stewards this fight? I think I'm not playing Train Stewards this fight to only put Molten Encasements in my primitive mold pile. In which case, it's totally fine to just let this die here. What health do you have? 6 now. You can die on bottom with 6, even if I kill this. I guess I need capacity for my infinite stealth plan to be good, huh? Yeah, my whole infinite stealth plan is, like, not stellar this fight. Be way better next fight when I have a 6th capacity. In which case, if I don't super care about the stealth anymore for this fight, because, like, it just doesn't work, yes, I start playing out Train Stewards. Alright, I don't like how I played this fight. But I think everything's going to be fine. You can just go to the fire, that represents no damage. You can get wrecked. Yeah, alright, so a reason to not play Train Stewards is so that primitive molds can more consistently protect this stuff. I don't know, it's kind of whatever at this point. Like, mistakes have been made. That saves me damage. That's really good. Yeah, mostly just need a little room. Ah, yes. So stealthy. So very, very stealthy. Yeah, it's also hard for me to do what I want regarding like primitive mold, in addition to just like mold encasement shenanigans, and get as many harvest triggers as I really want with the space that I have access to currently. Not what I wanted to make free. I want this to be free so I can do that. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be a run where I just end up taking capacity twice. Like, we have a 55 damage backline unit, so we're okay for now. But I bet I could have saved myself 2 to 4 pyre health by playing that fight better. The tome? The tome is pretty good with Liquor's Liquor. I don't think I get to take more units. I'm really intending on being a single floor setup sort of thing. And I've already refused the hidden passage shenanigans. Okay. 310 gold is a lot of gold. I need unit upgrades on Wickless Baron sometime in the next 2 floors, probably. So this is a more appealing floor than this, so I'll go right here. Multi-strike. Beautiful. Yes, very gladly. Do I take the Strength Stone, or do I spend 60 gold to roll? It's going to harvest for HP, so it'll survive most sweepers pretty easily. The exception being the guy that gets rage on kills, so I would need to be careful there if I don't roll it for 25 HP. That's going to be a unit that's going to be hard for my whole deck to beat, though. I'm going to hope to be stealthy at that point, though. I guess I will just take the straight damage here. That is a lot of oomph. I think those numbers got juiced from last time I was playing Little Fade. Okay, so I think I want to buy a card remove or 2 here. Like, Train Stewards are exceptionally bad in this deck. Oh, I could have considered re-rolling this shop looking for Endless. That would have been a reason to re-roll before I spent all of that gold. Like, before taking that. I have re-rolled for HP while digging for Endless for these. But maybe with 3 of them and Primitive Molds bring them back. I don't need that, question mark, if I also remove drafts. Alright. I didn't think that shop through enough. So rather than playing units out willy-nilly this floor, I don't want to leave units around for the actual boss fight. Alright, so you're going to go here, and you're going to get played in front to die. So now it's 6 damage if I just take all of this, if I Horn Break and kill one of these. Instead, I end up taking more damage. I take 8 damage instead. You all are going to be kind of big, but... Oh god, that was the small floor. Do I live with that? I'm not random streaking right now. I just, like, happen to have a streak. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with resetting the fight there. I wouldn't do it if I was random streaking, which is, like, what I care about doing. This is kind of like a casual, like, let's get achievements, sort of gameplay right now. Yeah. So we're going to do the same thing we did, except set up here. The question about whether or not we horn break something becomes a little more interesting now. I think the stealth is too important to not do this. Okay, so I guess this gets to attack now, killing 2 of these, in which case I guess it does make sense to horn break. I end up with a little bit less HP. That's probably fine, because it allows me to do stuff like what I'm about to do. Alright, is 75 damage enough? Damage. Little Fade at 6 HP. Need to do this for x equals 2 if I want to kill that. So I want to play Draft and make Little Fade free. Ooh. Oh, but that does enough damage to kill this. Okay, in which case, if all those units are dying, then I definitely would like Little Fade to die again. Let's do that, and then this can die purely so I can reform it. Alright, so sequencing for this turn probably goes play the free thing, see what becomes free. One Horn's Tome becomes free. Don't mind if I do. So then we can torch this, play this, which reforms that. You can go here, you can go here, and you can get multi-strike. GG. We're not really doing cool things this turn, unfortunately. Yeah, I want these out of my deck, I think. I think I just want to be able to bring back Molten Encasement every turn. Right, don't leave things around willy-nilly. Alright, so I have 2 attackers here, so both of these can die, that's fine. I should maybe seek out a cavern, because getting additional space is just, like, really good for my deck. Are we just done? Maybe let's just dump some units down here. And then we can be done. Yeah, like, that's perfect. Yeah, like, these drafts in the pool are incredibly awkward. I think we already have the kill, like, super easily. Yeah. I don't think any of this is good. Remnant Host is super good scaling with Wickless Baron, because it's worth 3 sets of death for 1 unit, but is probably not where this run is going. No, I don't have the armor enablers that make this good, unfortunately, and it's kind of late in the run for me to build towards armor. I think we're very much on the stealth track. But again, I would like to make one of them endless at some point. So if we can find Merchant of Steels attached to card removes, that would be ideal. Not that. Also not that. But that. That's a little late in the game to solve Seraph. This is such a good floor. I don't think I can pass this. It represents so much. Like, the plus 10 on the vent is good. The double train steward remove is very good. Like, digging for endless is super good. But I think I go here and look for it. I don't think I have a spell that's worth giving holdover to, not even with upgrades. Scorching Restraint's better than 25 gold. I don't know. It's, while these drafts are still in my deck, it represents a good chunk of damage. It's an okay chunk of damage with Wickless Baron. I'm usually playing Wickless Baron a few floors up, so I view 25 gold as like a fourth or an eighth of an artifact or something. This looks better than that. If I view this as like one upgrade, this looks better than that. I think I take this, but it's not good. Yeah, there's a lot of cards in this deck that aren't good. Maybe I go like very aggressively on the card remove route. I don't even know that I'm supposed to discount One Horn's Tome because so frequently I'm going to just try to play it for free with Flicker's Liquor. I wonder if it's better to just make primitive molds free so that I have a better chance of playing this for free with Flicker's Liquor. I don't know. Maybe I need to be able to play it. He says as he double stacks it. Is that greed or is that just very good? That might be greed. That might be the greed talking. It's making a very good argument for itself, though. Right, I don't think I need to vent more than once in a fight. No, nothing else here is good. To buy a card remove, I really only need 180 gold for next floor, so yes, that's probably safe. Like, work on getting the drafts out of my pool so I can always bring back Molten Encasement in case I am missing out on Endless. If I miss out on Endless, I can't actually build all that much stealth against Seraph. Just because my primitive molds end up going away. Let's not. These are a little big. It's a very awkward turn because I want to kill Little... No, I can kill Little Fade with Torch. Probably want to set up on top. My primary unit. I think I go Wickless Baron, Little Fade, kill Little Fade, vent everyone away, and you can come hang out here. Maybe you should have gone second floor for collector reasons. Yeah, you sure should have. Feels bad. I guess we'll play little fade middle and get that. The multi-strike though, the multi-strike though. This is a sweet boss. So I guess the Fragile's actually kind of bad, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's not do that and lose the run. Not exactly a good modifier, huh? Like, I guess we can do this song and dance. It makes one of my cards free. That is actually relevant. Alright. I apologize, Vodaberry. You didn't deserve that. Also guaranteed to make Little Fade free. Little Fade hits the boss for 140-ish. This unit's not great. Let's see what we can do about this. So I kill one of these. I kill one of these, and you're taking 60-ish damage. Yeah. I think that just occurs. You don't love to see it. This is just random stealth BS. I put a draft on the bottom and it maybe eats a lifesteal stack, so that's worth doing. So it's at 10 lifesteal stacks now. I wonder how many of those I eat up there. Not all that many, honestly. Burnout 1 is perfect. I could have gotten a harvest trigger up there. Don't want to kill this. Yeah, I don't want to kill that. Maybe next turn for harvest-based reasons, but... Great. So we won't mess with it. Stealth is great with more stealth, but this is not the primary way I want to be accruing stealth. I'll take it. You can put holdover on that if necessary. No. I don't want to add anything to my pool. Dead things, and Inferno seems questionable. Takes harvests away from my primary killing floor. And is also just a lot of Ember. And I can't always make things happen with Flicker's Liquor the way I want, because I don't really have that much card draw. I think I skipped there. Alright, look for Endless. I think I would like to look for Endless. That's not Endless. We are done with unit upgrades on the units that matter, right? We are. Alright, Give me endless. Fuck. Alright. Good floor. We got a lot stronger there. A whole lot stronger there. Just washed 60 gold down the drain. Well, I guess... Yeah. Yeah, just not good. Suppose we could have gone right and looked for votive key instead. That's all sorts of weird for other reasons, though. Get it out. The dazed situation is not great. The incant stuff doesn't really bother us that much. What is this? Alright, so this is the dazed one. So I can go torch you, play you. Do I multi-strike you? It's so much better on Little Fade. This probably just represents an additional 40 damage. No, I think I try to play that again when I draw it later. Yeah, incant is totally fine. I think Little Fade needs to die at least one more time to kill Arcus quickly enough that I'm happy with my damage output. I think I can go stealth there. Play Little Fade out to die. And do that. $145 is pretty good. Let's call that acceptable and play out Little Fade. Yeah. Do I just want one of these to die so I can reform? I'm already going to have one dead that can reform. I don't need to reform two at the same time. No, let's just take marginal damage on that front unit. Yeah, I also want this gone. Yeah, we need to actually play spells up here. This is sort of a rarity. I guess the whole daze thing doesn't matter. Alright. I guess we keep playing you. But I really do kind of just wish Modifier was a spell that mattered. Okay, so I don't get to build an extra stealth this turn. Yeah, I have a lot of do nothing then. I just can't dazed all this stuff. No, I'm taking a lot of fire damage next turn. Which I want to stealth the very for 7 damage. Sure. I don't want to get rid of that. Okay, this is why we didn't double stack that. Okay, that's real good. Everything's okay now. Everything is like absolutely fine. 46 damage. Means that I can do that. That's not bad. But alright, get in there. Do your best. Five health. Means that I can pull the same general trick again. Now Votavary does nothing. I just want to draw Engulfed and Smoke. Have 2 damage. I guess technically this represents some amount of damage, right? We're not 1, so this one should go in front. Alright, we got 46 damage on Arcus there. Big brain plays. Yeah, we're good. Our primary units didn't take any damage. I wonder how this stacks up versus Seraph when a bunch of my spells are going away. I'm gonna think about that for a second. Okay, sorry about that. This is kind of a difficult decision. So I have card draw versus capacity to think about for my next pick here. Card draw makes it so that I end up with fewer turns where I just like have a bunch of like primitive molds and torches and can't really do anything with it. But capacity means that I can play 2 stealth tombs on the same floor and actually generate a larger amount of stealth quickly. And there are implications for like both based on whether or not I pick up this card. So if I pick up this card, I need fewer stacks of stealth in order to actually kill Seraph. And if I don't pick up this card, I need more stacks of stealth. And right now I don't have the Endless that I really, really want in order to take advantage of that. I can have one more look at Endless right here, but if I miss, it's like so detrimental going this way that I might just want to take capacity and like maybe even consider hell-venting my primitive molds so that I can play them more rather than fishing for Endless. And if I go that route, I don't really need the second One-Horn's Tome, which is going to be a little bit clunky because I'm going to be better at building stealth. And I think that's the route that I'm going to go. This is not the direction that I saw this run going earlier, but it's super neat. Yeah, so I think I'm going to duplicate either a stealth or a primitive mold here. I also would like to get some of these cards out of my deck. Like, I don't want Votavary, I don't want all these torches at all. But there's no card removes this floor, so say la vie. No, no. This is fine. Oh, that's so big. Bill, what did you do today? I duplicated my unupgraded starter card. What about you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Alright. I've never duplicated an unupgraded primitive mold before. Let's not. I think this fight is much harder than the next fight. You don't love to see that. You're coming here and dying. That's dumb. Since I'm not, like, actively random streaking, which is, like, the streaking that matters in my mind, I'm comfortable doing that. So, like, I think I go top floor here. I don't think I need that many stacks of stealth to win, but the line is play this, Little Fade has 1 health, so you play it and torch it to kill it. And then you just end up with higher stats. It's awkward that I haven't drawn a stealth tomb yet. Incredibly awkward. I might be able to play a stealth tomb and kill it next turn. Is Little Fade big enough at 145? I would really like Little Fade to die twice, but once might have to be sufficient, because my Ember might be a little too tight next turn to do some of the things that I would want to be doing. Oh, Engulfed in Smoke is also just insane here. That lets me get through this turn without becoming, you know, dead. Effectively dead by being Ember Drained for 3. While Little Fel also takes damage. I think the line is play Engulfed in Smoke and make sure a Molten Encasement dies so that future primitive molds are alive. Yeah, great. Also, the foresight to just torch this idiot before is looking pretty good. I think I need to kill you. And we torch this one. Alright, am I confident that I will not run out of stealth and die to this Power Wing? I'm pretty confident, yes. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, so this kills that. And then this can kill one of these. Oh, it's not upgraded. Shoot. That should have killed this backline unit, but that math doesn't matter. The line is play Engulfed in Smoke, then play Primitive Mold so that the Molten Encasement actually dies this turn. Then Piercing 5 again? I guess Piercing 5 again. And have 20 damage. Are any of these things going to die to a Hornbreak? Some of them? Okay. Not that one. Nice. Okay, so now I can go small one, Hornbreak it, torch it, Molten Encasement, and I guess we can deal a couple of points of damage with Votavary, you know. Oh, that doesn't actually work, right? Because the trample damage happens and then status effects are checked. Okay. Oh, you can have Drain too. How cute. Alright, I'm very confident we have lethal. I'm just going to end the turn. The good news is I have a bunch of torches that I can consume in the last fight. Oh, yes. I think left is the better path. Jack Strips is sort of interesting here, right? So backline enemies in this fight have 3 or 10 HP, so can potentially kill a couple of Lightwings. I'm trying to set up on a lower floor for this fight as long as my setup will allow it safely, so maybe Jack Strips isn't all that cool. I don't mind Precious Plating, just to make sure that I don't die to initial stuff going through. But I also don't think it's really that great. I need to set up on either floor 1 or 2, I think. There's so many better artifacts than Precious Plating, but I don't know if like this is good enough where I'm just like, okay, fine, and then I spend 300-ish gold in the Merchant of Magic and call it a day. Let's spend here and see what my numbers look like. I think it's one of these two, and I don't know which one. Put it here. I think I'm just going to accept the Precious Plating. And then I'm out of things to spend on, so 5 short of Freeze Stone, which I don't really want anyway. I can just duplicate the Intent on Death. That represents a crap ton of damage. I don't hate it. It also can represent a bunch of stealth, and it's another spell to help my good stuff from being eaten up. Alright. So I have stealth offered to me on turn 1. Unupgraded torch, unupgraded torch. I want to try to set up on floor 2 or floor 1. Like, I have a realistic chance of doing... Ah, that one's small. I can get a few more harvest triggers if I set up on bottom, but then I get less time to set up for Seraph. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Like, I don't think I want to set up on the small floor, and I don't think I want to give Purifiers 2 turns to get to me. Like, that's just a lot of these things, and I'm not great at dealing with them. Unless I make them free like this, in which case I'm pretty okay at dealing with them. That sort of thing is going to be scary all day, though. Is 145 enough damage when I have Intent on Death to scale my damage more later? I think it is. I think I need to start killing these things. Consume Hornbreak. Consuming Hornbreak saves me... It doesn't save me fire health, actually, because of Vapor Funnel. Like, this is the only thing that's hitting me. Alright, let's hit this. Consume that card. Get back a Molten Encasement. And then this becomes free. This turn is probably gonna suck. Yep, confirmed. This turn sucks. I need to get through this pile of junk that's currently here. Like, once I get to my multi-strike tome, I'm good, because then I get through all of these things and I don't get any more blights, but before that, things are a little rough. Rage 3? So Votivary could do 7 damage to this, or Votivary can just die and give me a Harvest trigger, which is maybe better. Did not change the map, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm glad I bought the Precious Plating. This is not going well. Alright. I can kill 2 things. I need to kill both of these, I think. I just can't keep taking these self-mutilations. Alright, consume a Primitive Mold that can keep Intent on Death. Alright. Guess you're worth a Harvest trigger. How much damage am I taking from these? It's a lot. Oh, I like have to worry about these things actually killing me, don't I? So it takes 6 hits to kill one of these, which represents 50 fire damage, so I need to trim the second one of these down to a respectable level. I also just like have not drawn into the One Horn's Tome. It's just like stuck to the bottom of my deck. Which means I'm gonna have this problem in the future. This unit probably kills me. So I have to kill Seraph on this floor, which I guess was the case already. Alright, let's see exactly what this looks like. The one I need. I need breakpoints. So dealing 15 damage to this saves me a Pyre hit. So So this torch saves me a pyro hit. So we do that. I'm also not stacking up stealth very well. So this takes 40 pyro damage, so I'd like to get this to about 168 as well. That leaves me with 3 pyro health. Wait, no, 68 divided by 35 is 4.8, which means it's 5. No, that does mean it's 40 pyro health. So yeah, this is leaving me at 3 pyro health currently. That's probably fine. So I want to maximize my damage output versus Seraph so that I can kill Seraph before these get to me. Seraph appears when this is at the top floor. So is that playing this here for 140 damage, or is it playing it here for stealth? So with One Horn's Tome, doing this is about 400 damage. And I have, like, just discounting all stealth, I also just have 4-ish turns in front of this in terms of HP. I think I would like Intent on Death. And I think I like Horn Breaking that. This is still scaling for my other unit. Alright. I want to play Votavary and try to make this free. There are kind of some issues here in terms of my costs, though. And I guess the consume stuff also matters here. So I can play this, consume it, play this. I have 3 total Ember, and I have 2 cards that are going to become free. So I think I'm good to go if I go Ya, Ya, Ya. I can also just, like, play... No, I'm gonna be okay. So just double checking myself up here. This is, it takes 5 attacks, but one of them is dazed. This leaves me at 3 pyro health. Vengeful Shard doesn't kill me. Seraph comes next turn. I kill Seraph. Okay. So I consume this. Now just need to play out these cards. I'll go Ya, Ya. Votavary makes one of those free. Yeah, I guess that could theoretically have happened. Yep. I should have played that prior to the torch. I end up with more stealth. I think it's fine. Like, we killed this, which is what matters here. Everything's fine. Everything's a-okay. We saved hell. We did it. So last fight, we executed what I was intending this deck to do in this fight, and in this fight, we did not do that thing. I did not even need to worry about the consume, because we didn't make it through our deck until the last round of the fight, even though we only had 28 cards. Cool. That was obviously pretty tense. I feel like the deck was better than that last fight showed it off to be, though. Like, the only reason that we had so much trouble is because, like, my primary damage dealing card was at the very bottom of the deck. Like, if we draw that One Horn's Tome earlier on in the fight, it's just, like, very easy. We kill an extra 190 HP enemy, and the 190 HP enemies that we're leaking through, we're dealing 40 to 50 fire damage. I probably lost the run if I didn't buy the precious plating that I was only like mediocre on. And I guess like One Horn's Tome being on bottom was definitely a reason to buy that. Okay, well I'm gonna go have a heart attack and die. But if I manage to survive that, I'll be back again tomorrow. Let me know what you thought of this one in the comments.